From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Diane Parker. Jason Stiff has our Tuesday forecast, plus we check in on the campaign trail in Montana. But first, our top story. A brutal beating sends a 15-year-old West High student to the hospital and his two attackers behind bars. MTN's Alina Howder has more on the attack and how district leaders plan to make kids safer in and around Billings schools.
This is where that chain of events started, this field right next to West High. In court documents, authorities describe a horrific attack that happened right here, with another student being beaten to the point where he had to be taken to the hospital.
It's a quiet and typical day at Billings West High, a stark contrast from what happened just across the street on January 8th.
Regardless if it's an adult or a child, you don't want to see anything like this happening to anyone in our community.
Right around noon that day, this empty field was the scene of a horrific attack. According to police, 19-year-old Zachary Westerin and 18-year-old Michael Thornack repeatedly punched, kicked, and dragged a 15-year-old boy, only known by his initials, AG. According to court documents, witness video shows the brutality of the attack, saying AG is, quote, helpless and does not fight back. Court documents also say video shows one suspect taking off AG's Air Jordan shoes before stomping him on the face.
Well, it's a horrible incident, and my heart goes out to the victims.
Gordon Klasna is the executive director of secondary education for Billings Public Schools. He says these incidents are on the district's radar.
We've been working closely with law enforcement and our school resource officers as part of the Billings Police Department to make sure there is a good coverage of that area at lunch hour and throughout the school day.
The district also received another concerning call about one of the suspects. A parent notified a school resource officer his son was receiving threatening messages and videos on Snapchat, with the suspect demanding $300 if the boy didn't want to experience the same violence.
People intentionally filmed this, which is horrible. We need to get back to a point where that's not okay, to not be glorifying violence, to not be putting it out there for everybody to see because they want to be part of some social media page.
But the alleged incident on the field was just the first of two for this group of teens that day. Police say the second happened in an apartment on Lake Elmo Drive after Zachary Westerin had been kicked out of his apartment by a roommate. Westerin and a group of other teens allegedly attacked the 29-year-old victim known as CK. During the attack, court documents say one of the suspects smashed a chair over his back, with a responding officer saying the man's living room was, quote, destroyed. Several items were also broken, including a TV, and the man's Xbox was stolen. That victim was also taken to the hospital.
Whenever something like this happens involving a student, there is definitely school discipline that goes along with the criminal charges that they could be facing.
An officer also noted one of the teens' phones was open to a Snapchat group called Fight Club. Thornack and Westerin are both now facing felony charges, including assault with a weapon and robbery. In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
Police say at least one of the alleged attackers was part of a Snapchat group labeled Fight Club. This isn't a surprise to nationally renowned school psychologist Lisa Stroman, who was in town last night speaking to Billings parents about the challenges teens face online. She says violence culture is celebrated and perpetuated on social media, and in many cases, according to Stroman, anxiety and depression is front and center for kids who turn to crime for clicks.
They're trying to find a cohort that they can blend in with. And so we tend to see those kids that are kind of those bad actors in violence kind of come together and go out and create these pockets of issues of disturbing the peace or vandalism or things like that. They're trying to figure out who they are as a person. And instead of having their families come in and give the primary influence, it's now peer and online worlds and social media that are influencing them at the highest rates.
Dr. Stroman also talked about pornography and substance abuse. Bad behaviors, she says, develop easier for kids living in the social media world. Two people are facing charges after reportedly firing shots early Monday morning in Belgrade. It happened near 13th and Frontage Road. No one was hurt. According to charging documents, the gunfire came after an altercation with a third person. The two people charged with criminal endangerment are 37-year-old Brian Tuttle and 35-year-old Evan Sapp. A Montana Highway Patrol trooper has been honored with the agency's highest award for his actions during a hostage situation at the St. Regis Travel Center last March. Trooper Thomas Tafoya received the Medal of Valor for his handling of the March 18, 2023 incident involving armed robbery suspects. Tafoya is credited for responding to the Travel Plaza, confronting the suspects and helping civilians to safety. He was also credited with providing aid to the hostage who was shot by the suspect. Monday morning, 3 people faced a judge in Bozeman charged with forgery. The 3 were caught on January 24th, allegedly trying to cash a check for nearly $950,000. It happened at the Valley Credit Union branch in Bozeman. An IRS special agent told Bozeman police this is a scheme that has been happening across the country. The agent says the loss in Montana alone amounts to millions of dollars. And that's a look at some of the day's top stories.
And good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. Taking a look at our color radar. There's not much to see. As you can see, we have nothing on the scope, but we have a big ridge of high pressure and control now. Although it looks clear radar-wise, we actually have a lot of low clouds and areas of fog plaguing our western valleys right now, from Hamilton to Stevensville, also Missoula, Polson, Kalispell, even CF and Whitefish. We have lots of low clouds, areas of fog and freezing fog, so not a lot of sunshine. But if you get closer to the Rocky Mountain front itself, also all of eastern Montana, we have a lot of sunshine. We have some gusty wind and above average temperatures. Right now, it's 60 degrees in Lewistown, and it's not even February yet. Cut Bank and Great Falls both at 61 degrees. Livingston is a windy 58, but still stuck in the fog in Missoula at 34 degrees, 32 degrees in Kalispell, and 57 degrees in Billings. Most of the areas east of the divide significantly warmer than yesterday with that ridge overhead and the gusty wind, but we still have other changes ahead in our forecast. So with the ridge overhead, we're still going to have plenty of sunshine, above average warmth, and locally windy weather right along the area, mainly around Park County, getting closer to Big Timber 2. However, on the left side of your screen, you can see there are changes moving our direction. This ridge cannot last forever. The new month of February is getting here, and a chance for some rain and snow. Also, much cooler weather is moving our way. Our complete 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
In campaign news, a potential Matt Rosendale Senate run is gaining momentum. Over the weekend, he held events around Montana with Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. Rosendale says their tour was intended to bring Montanans the truth about his work in Congress. But Gaetz made it pretty clear he wanted Rosendale to challenge Tim Sheehy for the Republican nomination, then eventually challenge incumbent John Tester for his Senate seat. Rosendale tells MTN he's not ready to announce, but says he feels GOP leaders are pressuring him not to jump in.
And they have made absolute efforts to try and keep me out of this race. And I've always said, the people from Montana, the voters around Montana, are going to decide who the next senator is going to be.
Meanwhile, Tim Sheehy, who's already received support from a number of top Montana Republicans, has been touting his own national endorsements, most recently from Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.